was that kind of a night. Lately, it seems that every time I've been going out on a new moon to capture the Milky Way, it's been overhead Aurora. I feel like completely wrecked. I'm sitting like on my lawn chair in the corner of my campsite. It's the only corner that's got shade in it. I'm gonna sleep in my car tonight. Just didn't really feel like setting up a tent. First night that I got here, I stayed at Kekabeka Falls, and I was in the river side campground, and actually my site was right next to the river, and the river was really high, and it started pouring rain, and there was times I would wake up in the middle of the night and be like, I kind of had like a bit of a fear that the river would swell and just take me in my car down the falls. So it was tough to sleep that night, and then yeah, I just got up like I probably managed to sleep for like a couple hours or something, but I got out of there around like 8 or so, and then I just kind of went to Silver Falls, Dog Falls, kind of the same area. I didn't bother going to Silver Falls because the trail there from Dog Falls was flooded, and like Dog Falls I couldn't really get into. I mean, like I got down there and I was hiking around a bit, but the area was just like totally, completely flooded. So I've been hiking for all of about 3 minutes, and I got to this viewpoint here, and I guess this is Dog Falls below me here, and the trail is I'm gonna be hiking down there. It's pretty amazing. It's raining, so you can see all the kind of the fog and the mist in the background there, but it should be fun. So I've made it down to Dog Falls here. I'm hesitant to go any further because as you can see behind me, this area is clearly flooded. So I might just like hang out here and see what kind of shots I can get from where I'm at. But this is definitely a pretty impressive place, and a great first stop, and on my little, well, I mean a second stop if you include Kekabeka Falls, where I camped last night. But for starting to explore the waterfalls around Thunder Bay, this is off to a good start despite the rain that's happening here. I really don't mind it at all. It's pretty warm out still, and this is some first-class nature. You can see here just how flooded this area is. I tried going on the trail a little bit of the ways towards Silver Falls, but there was I didn't get very far before there was a part of the trail that was just completely flooded out and impassable. And as you can see, we got water going around halfway up this tree here, and like this whole area is just super flooded. I got my camera with me, but I am not going to any great lengths here to take take any photos or to go crazy artistic with my photos here. There's limited points of view that I have access to because of the flooding, and it seems really unsafe to try and navigate my way somewhere with a better viewpoint if that's possible right now. So I think I might just sit here and enjoy the view with my own two eyes for a while, and then I'll hike out and go to the next waterfall. I think Cascade is next on the list, but I might consider this a good scouting trip, and that maybe I need to come back in June or July when I expect the water levels to be a little bit lower once they recede from their spring highs. It was pretty fine going down, although I'm glad my boots are waterproof because I was walking through probably about this much, a couple inches of water at some point. But yeah, I was gonna try and walk to Silver Falls, and there was just some nastiness involved. It was just impassable, flooded completely, and I decided not to bother. And I came up and I went to Cascade Falls second, which was it was really nice actually. I kind of got to the first part and I'm like, well, it's not much of a falls, and then I kind of kept going, and yeah, it was nice. I took some photos there. I'm sure they'll be fine. After that, I went to Trowbridge Falls, which was some totally epic spot, kind of I guess it's not quite in downtown Thunder Bay. It's a little bit out of the way, but it's still just gorgeous. It's a nice waterfall to have in town. That was probably around 4 p.m. already. So then I ended up taking driving to Ouimet Canyon immediately after that. I did get there very early, so I just kind of scoped out the viewing platforms, and then I had some dinner, and then I kind of parked hidden away in the back corner, and I tried to take a nap, although it was really hard. But it was really hard to sleep. I got out, walked around a few times, that sort of stuff. At some point I fired up some coffee on the stove, and then I guess probably around 10:30, 11, I hiked into the viewing platform, and just from the parking lot there was crazy pillars for Aurora. So I walked down there and I had some pretty good northern lights pretty much all night. It was overhead. It was pretty epic. It was difficult to get the Aurora and the canyon in one frame in the first viewing platform, and I think I was getting a little bit frustrated, and I moved to platform 2, and I had a little bit more success there. And then I noticed Antares was on the horizon, so I ended up pointing my camera that way and kind of a little bit of back and forth a bit. But I'll have some time lapse of the Milky Way core rising. It's definitely got a green cast to it and whatnot, but the Aurora was just gangbusters all night. And at some point there was clouds that rolled in over the Milky Way core, and then I was aiming like southeast at the Milky Way, and like I had Aurora in the top of my frame. So I kind of wanted to go back up to the car, but like I just couldn't bring myself to leave that area. It was just so good. Finally, around 2:30 in the morning, I heard what sounded like an animal scrambling on the canyon walls, and I decided it was time to get out of Dodge. So I went back to the car, and I kind of tried to haphazardly sleep for, maybe I got back to the car around like 3 o'clock in the morning, and I was awake by 4:30. I was on the road by 5, so I maybe slept like an hour and a half max, and that's like kind of sleep. Like, it wasn't good sleep. And and then I just like got in the car and drove, and I drove straight all the way to Terrace Bay, and I saw Agua Sabon Falls, and then like I just kind of hung out at the beach for a bit. Someone at the gas station's like, "Oh, go down to the beach," and I can't believe I needed a reminder just to go down to the beach and see the water. I mean, like, I'm on this trip at Lake Superior, and didn't bother going down to the lake. Come on, man. So I did that, and it was nice. But then I decided I was just gonna kind of come back, and so I'm in Sleeping Giant now. I got here probably around like 2 o'clock. I spent a couple hours at Camel Cliffs. There's a viewpoint. I had lunch there and made some coffee, and just tried to take a nap in my lawn chair in the sun on the rocks overlooking Lake Superior. So that was pretty all right. When I got here, I did a little bit of a tour. I drove up to the viewpoint, so I decided that I don't have enough juice in the tank to hike the top of the Giant. But there is a nice viewpoint, and I'm gonna go catch the sunset of the Giant from there. So that'll be nice. And then I kind of did the Sea Lion Trail, and then I went a little bit further down the Caballon Trail and just kind of came back. So I don't know, maybe I did like 5 kilometers since I've been to Sleeping Giant here. And then I went, took a shower, waited to get some ice, and then I came back to my campsite, and I just kind of like started setting up, and I realized that like the chicken, like the bag was like full of water, and like the water had a chickeny tinge to it in the cooler. So I'm just like, oh, I think I'm probably gonna have to throw away like all the food in my cooler. So I kind of like, honestly, I'm just like so low energy right now. I was almost kind of relieved, because now I'm just like sitting here eating 2 packs of instant noodles. I've got a cast iron pan wrapped in a towel just to have a little table here. But something that's kind of like low energy was like kind of on point, but I'm just like struggling to find the willpower to eat it. I realized after that I got like a whole bunch of dehydrated meals in my car, so like no problem really. It just kind of sucks, but it is what it is. Tomorrow I'll go down to Thunder Bay and grab some brunch or something on my way to Rushing River, and I don't know, maybe I'll have a dehydrated meal when I get there or something else. Those have been in my car for a while, so it probably makes sense to eat one of those. I can just like cook it in my pot. There's almost no dishes here, which is great. Yeah, I'm just like completely wrecked. I did take a shower after I got off the trail today, so I'm kind of fresh, and that feels nice. But yeah, I don't know, I'm just gonna like sleep in my car again tonight. I don't know if it's a good idea or not, but I'm probably just like so beat that it won't matter. I'm just right. But yeah, that brings me here to sitting in my lawn chair in literally the only shady corner of my entire campsite. Yeah. I mean, just the kind of trip that I've been having. I've been on the road, constantly on the move, or like sleepless. Like I've got like this whole weekend, I've got like a couple hours like here and there of sleep, and like nothing close to enough. And so like when I found out that like all my food's wrecked, I'm just kind of like, whatever, I'll just have this instant noodles. Anyways, I'm gonna finish my noodles. I'm going to chill here for a bit. I'm gonna go take my photo. I'm gonna sleep. I'm gonna go have some brunch in Thunder Bay, and I'm gonna head on out to Rushing River in the morning, and I'll have a chill day around Rushing River, do whatever I feel like it, and then it'll only be like a 3-hour drive back home on Monday, so that'll be fine.